One of the most common questions I get asked is, Matt, how do I create a life without alcohol or drugs that is truly enjoyable and not boring? Life without alcohol is so boring. It's so stressful. How do you do it? Well, there's actually a step-by-step process that I created that can help anybody, and you can also further customize this process to create your own unique life without alcohol that's actually really enjoyable. And not only is it not boring, but it's the opposite of boring. It's full of richness, novelty, fulfillment, interest, passions, and curiosity, and so much more. It all starts with step 1, which I highly recommend that you put in a writing assignment. You could do this in a journal. You could do it in a notebook. You could do it in a computer program like Evernote or Notepad or anything like that. Whatever floats your boat, okay? Step 1, identify how exactly do you want your life without alcohol to look. A life that's enjoyable, not boring, where you truly don't miss alcohol, where it's really, you view it as a moot substance, totally unworth it. You have no inkling at all to drink it, no thoughts to use, no urges, no obsession, no cravings. This is entirely possible. So many people have done it, but it takes some strategic planning as well as lots of action. Write a paragraph to a page or more. At the least, write a few sentences. If you can write a paragraph or 2 paragraphs, that's even better. If you can write a page, wow, well now you're really designing a life, and when you write things down, it starts to put that energy and those intentions out into the field. In this life without alcohol, how do you look? What is your mental health and physical health like? What are your relationships like? What's your work like? Your finances? Your intimacy? What do you do for recreation, and what do you do for self-care? Where do you live? How do you manage stress, and what is your overall life outlook? Like I said, you can even write just a few sentences, paragraphs better. The more detailed you get in this step 1 writing assignment, the more this exercise can pay off. That brings us to step 2. Identify why you don't already have this in your life. For example, what are the decisions, indecisions, actions and inactions, beliefs, habits, rituals, procrastinations, and thoughts and thought processes that have led to your current life situation? Step 3 is to identify what you need to do. Action. What would you need to do to achieve the life without alcohol that's both enjoyable and not boring, which you envisioned and wrote down in step 1. So now you've placed this gap between your current life situation and what all the thoughts, deeds, and actions that led to your current undesired life situation overall, at least in regards to alcohol. Now there's this gap between that life and the life in step 1 that's a dream life without alcohol that's really awesome, definitely not boring. And now that you have this gap and it's measured out, that brings us to step 4, which is to identify the price or trade-off you'd need to pay to the piper to achieve this dream life without alcohol that's enjoyable and not boring. Step 5 is to answer the question, are you willing to make these trade-offs and pay whatever these prices are to achieve your envisioned life? To bridge the gap between your current life and your dream life without alcohol, that's one of fulfillment and love and enjoyment and any of the other emotions and experiences you want to feel and have, there's a price to pay. And even though at the beginning, making these changes, it can be difficult for a lot of people, can be new habits to create, new ways to think, new decisions to start making, new routines to set up. Usually it's just a matter of time before you get enough momentum, create enough new neural pathways in the brain before all of a sudden you're living your dream life without alcohol, not missing drinking, and you've found way better things, more fun and healthier things to do in life to overcome boredom, to overcome stress, and to give you the same benefits that you were using alcohol for before. Finally, that brings us to step 6, which is to answer the question, will you start paying the price now? And if not, when?